Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna start off by trying to give you an overview in regards to this topic here, but I also will skim through the article to make sure that I give you all of the important and accurate information. There is a link in the description if you'd like to go through this yourself, and I'll give a trigger warning. It does involve child abuse, severe child abuse, which has led to significant injury. Um, Thankfully, not death. Thankfully, not death. Um, I'll start off by giving you an overview. It's in regards to this absolute piece of shit scumbag here, Andrew Scott, 19 years of age. Now, location wise, I'm not 100% sure. He's from farmland. Forgive me, I'm not 100% sure if that's in Delaware or if it's in Indianapolis, but it's presumably in that area between Delaware and Indianapolis, one or the other. And he's been arrested and accused of nearly beating his ex-girlfriend's 18-month-old baby, a girl, nearly having beaten her to death in mid-March. He's had his bond denied. He faces a court appearance today or tomorrow. And the baby in question suffered serious bodily harm. The authorities, the doctors, the medical representatives all are in agreement and have concluded that this scumbag is to blame, although he claims otherwise. He didn't know what happened. He put the baby down to sleep. He left the room. He came back, and all of a sudden the baby was screaming and was blinking rapidly. But as I say, the authorities and the hospital staff don't believe this scumbag's story. They believe that she was attacked by this absolute hideous piece of shit. So medical professionals reportedly determined that the victim was abused a short time before the infant lost consciousness. Additionally, doctors reportedly believe that the infant will face significant physical challenges and a long recovery road ahead after sustaining a nearly fatal traumatic brain injury, compression fractures to multiple vertebrae, and a potential fracture of the L1 vertebrae. So the child, the 18-month-old, had to undergo a craniotomy. And a craniotomy is the surgical removal of part of the bone from the skull to expose the brain. Specialized tools are used to remove the section of the bone, or section of bone called the bone flap. The bone flap is temporarily removed, then replaced after the brain surgery has been done. So seemingly, allegedly, this absolute hideous piece of shit, absolute scumbag, attacked the 18-month-old baby of his ex-girlfriend to the point that she had to undergo multiple surgeries, including a craniotomy, brain surgery. She also has damage to her vertebrae, multiple vertebrae. The article also tells us that the scumbag in question was also witnessed treating the child aggressively a few days prior to this main incident, and he also admits to having spanked the child. So he's been charged with neglect of a dependent resulting in serious bodily injury, which only has a maximum sentence of up to 16 years in prison. Maximum. So from 3 years to 16 years in prison for causing this level of serious bodily injury to an 18-month-old. So I'm not sure who I ought to be angry at. I believe I ought to be angry at Delaware County, but that is not good enough. 16 years as a maximum for nearly killing an 18-month-old and potentially subjecting that 18-month-old baby to a brain injury and or physical disability which may affect her entire life, and you're just going to give this guy a maximum 16 years, that ain't good enough. That needs to be looked at. I'm disgusted by that as a maximum. So he is being held. There is no bond, I think we saw. And there is a hearing today or tomorrow. So let's hope that the investigation proceeds well, that there is adequate evidence to be able to convict this guy. That's what I want to see. I want to see this guy get the maximum sentence possible. It really ought to be well beyond 16 years. And let's just hope that when he is incarcerated, and I'm very confident that he will be, when he is incarcerated, that the other inmates can spend some quality time with this guy, have a nice little chat, a word in his ear, about his treatment of his ex-girlfriend's 18-month-old child, how they feel about him subjecting her to such a horrific attack that she had to undergo a craniotomy, brain surgery, had a compression of multiple vertebrae, compression of and fractures of multiple vertebrae. I'd like to see the other inmates have a chat with this scumbag about that, so that they can express how they feel, you know. That's what I would like to see. I would like that to be a regular occurrence. Of course, prayers to the baby concerned. We hope that she gets all of the support that she needs throughout her life. We hope that she survives. I think it's fair to presume that she is no longer in a life-threatening condition. The article doesn't tell us that the child is in a life-threatening condition. So we hope that she is able to make a full or significant recovery. And we hope that she gets all of the support that she requires throughout her life. I'll say condolences to the mother and all of the other family concerned. But again, I'm going to be a little bit inappropriate here, arguably a little bit offensive, by pointing a little bit of blame in general. Perhaps I won't make this specific about the mother concerned in this case. I don't know enough details to do that fairly. But just in general, ladies, and this isn't exclusively to ladies, but I'll say ladies, choose your partners carefully. Do what you can to vet your partners. Maybe in some cases that's going to be more difficult than in others. But certainly if you're aware that your partner has any violent tendencies, if you witness or hear or have any level of suspicions that your partner is mistreating your child or children in any way, shape or form, if there are bruises, if there are unexplained injuries, if the child's behavior is odd, if you hear screams that you shouldn't be hearing, protect your children. Get out of there. Do not maintain relationships with evil scumbags. I could go further. Ladies, do not start and do not maintain relationships with those with a criminal history, with a track record of violence that shows any level of violent tendencies, that has mental health issues. You know, you have to protect your children. You have to protect yourselves, of course, but you have to protect your children. You've got to choose very wisely and very responsibly. So do that, and don't get involved with these scumbags. And if you are involved with these scumbags, if you register that they do have these criminal, violent, mental health issues, then get the fuck out of there. Not only for your own safety, but for the safety of your children. We're on this planet once. Do you want to be a good mother? Do you want to be a good parent? Or do you want to be someone that has exposed your children to danger? You know, pick one and then do what you have to do to maintain that. So I'll wrap things up at this point. If you do value this type of content, if you think I've done a half decent job, please do give me a little bit of encouragement. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. And I'm going to thank you for your time. And guys, take care. Avoid these scumbags. And Be good and be kind. Thanks.